come to Papa. Come to Papa, baby. Oh, we got a lot of them. We being surrounded. But you know what I say to that, baby? You're not ready. Come at us, bro. Oh, baby, that damage. There you go. So the damage output we carried for the most part. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy the Fice, back at it with another video. We're doing another Outriders guide. This is a overpowered, amazing Lava Lich build. I really had a lot of fun with it. Obviously, when I was building Pyromancer, this was the thing I wanted to build because it's just fun to do chaotic blasts and like it's almost like casting massive spells. That's what I loved about this. This is what drew me towards Pyromancer. Now, it might not be as great as the other classes, but it's still a lot of fun. But before we get it started, if it's your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Come join us on Discord, follow us on Twitch, that's where we stream live. We also stream live on YouTube, and let me know what you guys love to see next. Also, we don't have YouTube monetization, unfortunately, so if you want to support the channel, check out the YouTube description below. We got a Patreon link, and we got coffee mugs and t-shirts with an Etsy storefront link. We have more things on the way, but let's get into this content. So what I want to talk about is this is a legitimate 100% Lava Lich build, and what I mean that is I'm legitimately using all 5 pieces here, which is really fun and cool. And actually the gear looks pretty awesome just looking at it. Like, I mean, that's one thing I definitely do love about this game, how detail oriented, like even look at the gun, the daimyo. You see that with the coins? Like, it's not even part of the set, but I actually love that gun. This, like, just the draping of the cloth is so fire. Like, no pun intended. And look at like those little fire bombs he has like on the side of his his dress cape kind of thing. I don't know what you would call that, but you guys could probably correct me on the thing below. But so let's get into this and discuss what we're trying to do here. Now, before we kind of go into the items and the specs and things like that, we should kind of go into the skills, then the classes, and then talk about the inventory to get an idea. So just really quick, let's talk about the skills. The skills obviously are Eruption because we are doing the Lava Lich build because it has the set bonus. Increased damage of Eruption by 40% and decreases its cooldown by 30%, which is really awesome. So this comes up a little more quicker. I could probably get this down a little lower, maybe 18 seconds, I think, but 19 seconds is really good. Then after that, I have Feed the Flames and Phaser Beam. Let's talk about Phaser Beam first because that is the more tailored kind of thing in regards to, I should probably set my thing to private right now, but we're doing a video, so it is what it is. So let's talk about Phaser Beam. Phaser Beam essentially is really good with the Lava Lich build because of the helmet that comes with the default skill, which is essentially Ashen Champion. So just to put it long story short, if you hit one target, you get 20% increase on anomaly power. If you hit 5 targets in your shot, you increase by 100% anomaly power that you currently have. This is absolutely amazing when it comes to buffing your spells for Eruption. So you're gonna want to use your Ashen Champion, your Phaser Beam, as one of those preps before you use Eruption. So you kind of look at the timer to see what happens, because obviously you're only going to have 10 seconds to actually use this buff. So that's the important thing. So with Lava Lich, the helm having this particular item, it made it really good. So that's the real reason. And then after that, just to give you guys an idea, the legs, we have the 65% damage reduction on weapon and anomaly damage because you're going to be stuck casting that spell for a little bit. So to prevent yourself from dying from the enemies while they're wailing on you, this kind of mitigates and it protects you. It's kind of like a turtle shell in a sense. So we kind of have those two things specifically for Phaser that kind of gets handled. I don't think I put anything else for Phaser besides that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's that. And then last but not least, Feed the Flames. Now, Because of how I spec'd my tree, there's two ways that you can go with this build. You can either use Feed the Flames, which I personally love, and I spec'd into it just to give you guys an idea. Into enables absorption of 2 additional targets. What this does is it basically, when you use Feed the Flames, not only does it heal you for a lot, it basically turns 3 targets into ash. I like it because you're on the move and you're healing back to 100% instantly and freezing 3 targets. It's a really good prepping for Phaser Beam when you use it. So that's why I definitely just like using the combination. You can use Ash. What is it called? You can use, where is it? So sorry, guys. You can use Ash Blast, but Ash Blast, it doesn't really heal you, so I kind of don't, I'm not a fan of it. But you can, that is the other option. Now the reason I'm saying you could use either of these on the sets is because of how I built the skill tree. So the skill tree going from here all the way to the right, if you go all the way up here, you put points for this specific thing. Activating your immobilized skills increases your anomaly power by 45% for 10 seconds. So think about that for a second. If you are using Phaser Beam, you hit 5 targets, that's 100% anomaly power increase of what you have. Then, also using Feed the Flames, you get 45%. So that's 145% anomaly power increase, which is absolutely amazing. The normal combination of what you would want to do is Feed the Flames, then you would want to do Phaser Beam, followed by Eruption. Phaser Beam is, Feed the Flames is really good for getting you out of sticky situations as well. So there might be some times where you won't have it available because you need it to heal yourself ASAP, and it heals you for a lot of health, which is absolutely amazing. Before we continue with this thing, I will feel really bad if people keep jumping into this room. So I'm gonna close it really quick. I'm gonna just set it to closed, and we're going to continue discussing. So those are the 3 skills. I kind of explained the reasons for them. Since we're close to wrapping up the gear conversation, let's just look at what we have for the eruption skills. So we have increased lava damage over time by 32k. We have Giga Blast to increase the radius so it can hit more targets around, which is really awesome. We have increased explosion damage by 54k. And then there's debris throws, damaging debris at enemies, dealing an additional 42k. And then last but not least, there's boost your resistance by 15% each time you use a skill. And then there's the skill that can be activated one more time, triggering the cooldown. We have also another trigger. So there's 2. You can technically get 3 eruptions because you have the tier 3 increasing the activation of it, and then you also have the Pompeii. So Pompeii and Etna gives you 2 extra times to cast the spell, so 3 in total. This is really nice. For a while I had increased to 50% duration, but I don't think that really is good, especially with and this is just me theory crafting because I feel like I get more damage output out of it, but I don't think the 50% increased duration is good with the increased lava damage over time by 32k. I don't think it doubles it to 64k. I think it just just does 32k in a longer duration. And the other reason why I decided not to go for the increased duration is because sometimes the enemies move away from that after a while. So just doing a 3rd extra cast in its proper place is the better route to go. So that's why I kind of went. There were a few decisions on that. So just going it over. So if you guys wanted to look at the video while I go slowly, so then you guys can adjust it accordingly. I'll do this really quick so you can get an idea. And that is pretty much it. So now let's go into the classes and how I built this. So this is essentially how we went for the build. We did go enough for Phoenix Nestling just in case we do die, just to have a little more survivability. We do have the activating of explosive skills increases your anomaly power by 12%. So the next 2 explosives will actually do, the next 2 eruptions will do more damage, which is nice. And then we kind of went for damage against elites over here, reducing the cooldown because we want to be able to use the skill more frequently, and then increase explosive base damage by 30%, which is awesome. And then after that, I went all the way up here. So this is kind of the build that we have for it. Now, the other build you can go for, guys, and I was using it for a while, and it's absolutely amazing, just to give you guys an idea, is, let me see, if I had my chest here, I think, was it the pants as well, or was it just the helm? I think it was just the helm. I'm looking for it, because I do want to discuss this. I think this will be super beneficial for you guys to see this. This one, yes. So, the way I had these before, if I go here, I'll just mod them right now to give you guys an idea, is I think this, if I go to mod, I also did a overheat spec. So for overheat, I decreased the cooldown of this by 50%, which is really amazing. So I'll just leave it like this so you guys can get the idea. And then also for this one, there was another important one where I did, where if I raise the attributes, no, mod the gear, where it was each status consumed, the skill, you get 52k armor. Yeah, there was this one, and then there was a final one, and I think it was the legs that I did the change for. But essentially it was 3 items for essentially overheat, where I kind of just did decrease the cooldown, which was a tier 3. For each burn item that you get 52k more armor. So if you had 6 people burned and you did your overheat, and you'll be doing your overheat a lot, you'll be getting 52k armor if 6 of them got consumed. That's a lot of defense that you get here. So the survivability on this is really amazing. And then the last thing I also did was, where is it? Increase the damage by 48,000 of enemies that have, not that one, but the one that if they don't have anything consumed. Increase by 48k the damage to enemies who were damaged by the skill but did not have a status consumed. So for whatever reason, if enemies on the field did not have any fire or burn damage on them, and you use this, and there were 20 enemies on the field, they would all get burned by 48,000. So it would be 48,000 times 20, and that's how much damage you did. That's a lot of damage for just doing something in like 5 seconds. I think that's an absolutely amazing, because 10 enemies is 480,000. So another 5 seconds, that's already like another, that's almost 1 million. So that's pretty awesome to kind of have that type of thing. And that's what I did to kind of have, like, if I did burn someone, I got some armor. If I didn't, I would still do a lot of damage and heal a decent amount. So I kind of went for more of a defensive route when I did that. So that I just wanted to kind of show you that, also that alternative. But this is the build that I actually really enjoyed doing here when it came to, like, you know, not only playing with people, but, you know, also like completing the stuff a little quicker than normal. Just because it was so much more enjoyable, guys. So that's the build. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys a video of me playing it. It was me, a trickster that was level 50, and then I think there was like another person that was like level 49. We joined in like late into the a little late into the match, but I still wanted to see if we could topple the trickster, just to kind of see where we were at, and we were still able to do it, and it was a lot of good damage. It's a really fun build to have, guys. It's when you want to go chaotic and do a lot of amazing AoE damage. Tons of fun. Let's talk about the items before I do end this, because I have 2 types of items. The Daimyo is my primary, but the Voodoo Matchmaker is my secondary. Now, what do I mean by this? The reason I have the Voodoo Matchmaker is because it has weapon life leech, healing received, and I put Fortress on it. So Whenever I am in a tough predicament, I use this gun to heal myself back up. This is basically my get defensive, start healing yourself kind of gun. Now, and it's also my building a fortress gun, which what that stat does is once you have 3 stacks, it not only increases your armor and resistance by 15, it doubles it, and then you get 30% increase. What is it called? Let me see. Stack. At maximum, the buff is double, and an additional 30% damage increase for 10 seconds. It's also a buff for damage. That's what I was trying to say. I'm like, I have to read it again. So not only do you get defense, but you also get a damage buff with it. So this damage buff increase with the 45% from Feed the Flames, with the 100% if you do get to hit 5 targets with Phaser Beam, that's 175% increased damage output right there, which is absolutely amazing. You get the 3 stacks really quick because the timer on it is only 0.2 seconds. So within a second, you're able to get Fortress. And then once you see the spark happen and you get the green aura, you swap your weapon, and I go to Daimyo. So the Daimyo gun basically already by default has Ultimate Storm Whip, which shoots every second 100k damage to the enemy, which I think is really nice. And also it does I put Shadow Comet on it, which every 3 seconds it does 231 AoE damage with people within 3.5 meters. Now, there are other options that you can do, but I personally like Shadow Comet because Shadow Comet still hits one single target if there are no targets around. Like, what I would have loved if it worked better was Gauze. Let me see if I can find it really quick to show you guys what I'm talking about. I would have loved, like, this weapon, like this mod, where is it? String of Gauze is really cool when there's a lot of ads, when there's a lot of targets and they're just bouncing within 10 meters. It's really cool. But then when you're facing one enemy, it doesn't work anymore. It's just not good. Like, I don't see the damage really help there. So I kind of stepped away from having String of Gauze, and I just went back to Shadow Comet, and it just feels much better that it works with all the stuff we have available. I would have loved to have Wrath of Moloch with another build, but the fact that I have to do critical hits in order for this to trigger is kind of what pulled me away. If I didn't have to do critical hits, Wrath of Moloch would have been my thing I would have went to. I think it would have been an amazing thing. It's just, yeah, it's kind of at a disadvantage because you don't have to do anything crazy to make Shadow Comet trigger. So there was that. And that's really it. I don't really use the pistol. That's kind of that was kind of the gist of it for the most part. So Daimyo is my damage dealing gun. Voodoo Matchmaker is my prepping, and also, like, you know, protection card when I need protection gun when I want to get out of stuff. And that's it. So check this video, the rest of the video out. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys like this build. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys try it out. I will be doing more builds with my Pyromancer. I definitely do want to try a lot of the other stuff that we have available for him. We do have, like, the Reforge we're building. Let me see, what are we have Torturers, we got Reforged. Yeah, so Reforged might be the next one I might kind of go for, so you guys can see how that behaves. Akari's obviously the one that everyone wants to play with because the 50% anomaly power bonus, which is cool. But yeah, we'll eventually do that one. I just feel like that one's too much of a fan favorite that we could probably wait a little bit before we do it. I really wanted to do this one first because even though it's an underdog, it's a lot of fun, guys. It's a lot of fun, so check it out. So thanks again, and I will see you on the next video. See you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest.
People are dead.
All right, it looks like they threw us into a match already. Let's see how we do jumping into the match late. I'm actually really curious about this. not bad on the damage so far. So far, we're doing a decent amount of damage. I'm cool with it. About to get another good rotation up in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna try to line them up. Actually, they're both dead. I didn't realize that. So I'm just gonna have to carry a little bit, which is fine. Okay, they got back up. That should kill. Oh, that lineup was so weird on the phaser.
Now I know what chewed up Korg and Finders.
Yeah, I want to see, like, with us, like, kind of starting late, if we're able to kind of still win regardless. It'd be cool to actually put this up as a video for you guys. There it is. Let's see if I can do this. Bam, bam, and then just burn it. So far, it looks really good of what we're doing. Oh man, I wish I hit them, but That should probably finish it there. I mean, with this build, I still feel pretty strong when it comes from a defensive standpoint. I'm not too stressed about it. But if we did want to, if we were worried about defense, we could probably go for the build that I'm going to mention in the video later on, which is basically using overheat, but then when you burn victims, you can basically, whenever you consume the burn, you get 54,000 per, per person that you consume on the burn. So you can actually get like 300k armor if that was the case you were worried. I hate when they get out of the way. That kills you. Now we'll just go in defensive route really quick. Yeah, that should do some decent damage. Oh, I thought that was like an extra item or something that we missed. Time to heal a bit. Gonna rock that. Gonna do the anomaly attack. This should do some good damage. I do love having fortification. It definitely does help. Especially with this weapon because its lifesteal is really good. Oh, if only we had one more person. Okay. Never mind, they reset it for us. I could get him. Nice! I love that. He actually hit him good. What are we missing? I wanted to reset my cooldown. Damn it, really? I didn't get anyone? Fortification. Okay, now this could be a good lineup. Yeah, that was good. Oh. Nobody's taking care of the bird. That was good. Gotta ash him. Oh, it didn't hit. It should have froze him. I feel like they're like walking right next to me, so we're acting all jittery. Alright, we got the fortification. Gonna try to get at least 40% damage. Gonna reapply. Yeah, there we go. Oh god. Yeah, we should be able to heal. No, yeah. Let me just work on him because we're trying to focus on that guy, so I got this guy. Can I get him? Bam! Can I power through him? I should probably try to bring that guy up. Get green. There we go. I ain't stressing. I'm gonna try to bring both the enemies together. So I can do some damage. Here we go. Let's do some damage, baby. One more. Fortify. I gotta take that bird out. I'm gonna block him in. There we go. I still got a resurrection, so I'm not stressing it. Fortification. Good. Okay, I'm gonna be kind. I gotta get this dude up. Here we go.
Area's clear.
Well done, Outrider. I can send my people back in.
What will you use the metal for? Weapons?
I've got enough munitions to kill everything on the street 3 times over. I've been thinking people are ready to start doing real business. They're desperate for some official coinage. Preferably the kind with my face on it.
Alright, let's see what we get as our damage output. Gonna just dismantle this. Now, what is our damage output, baby? That is the question. Let's find out what we got. Survey says... I'm really just curious about the Trickster. I want to see how our damage output compares to the Trickster. That's basically it. But our like, you can solo this. It's pretty good. I do the rotation of fortification with one item. Once I get the stack, I swap to the other weapon. That does a lot of damage. Then I just basically try to use the Leech to heal, or I use the Leech. There you go. So the damage output we carried for the most part. If we start looking at what our healing was, our healing wasn't too shabby. We were pretty good on the healing. We got a lot of healing from the skill Leech, which is why I like it for the survivability. It's pretty cool. It's pretty on demand. I spec'd into it to have the 3 specific, you know, you could leech 2 additional targets, so you can basically turn 3 characters into Ash, which is really nice for setting up the phaser. And then let's just take a look at the damage output. Damage output over here, we got 115 million eruption. We got 36 million on phaser. Then it was followed by really close with the shadow comet damage and the mod debris, which is 35, really close to that phaser. Phaser could do a little more, but it definitely helps pump out the extra damage. It's really the setup for the eruption. So once you do the setup with the eruption, you can tell that it just topples everything, and that's usually the combination that you kind of go for that.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.